Welcome back to another tutorial. This is a tutorial on what databases are in Notion. So as I was explaining in the last tutorial, everything that you'll find in Notion is going to be located on a page. So you can do pages within pages, blocks, which are just any element that's on a page. But a database is pretty interesting and very powerful because it is basically a collection of pages that can be unified. So say that you want to create a category of pages and you want to be able to label those pages or have them have unique properties, then databases are the way that you would do that. So let's say that we are creating a database here now. We're going to start a new database, okay? For the sake of explaining what a database is, let's say that we are creating a tasks database, okay? So let's say here under name, each of these rows are pages. They're each pages that you can go into, like we were discussing in the previous one, and add blocks into whatever. So let's say that we're adding some tasks. So we're gonna build a grocery list. All right, let's build, let's say we're going to send a flight itinerary to your team, and then maybe you need to plan an event, whatever. All right, so we've just built 3 tasks. You can also add new tasks by hitting here at the bottom, new, or up here at the top right. Okay, so when you do a database, you can add certain properties to any page that is listed in this database. So let's say that I want to, for these tasks, I want to do a priority. I want to make a label for these tasks that is the priority, okay? So we're going to select the select priority here. And let's say that I want to have a high priority, a medium priority, and a low priority, okay? So for any tasks, I can actually, now that I've created these labels, I can go in and change the priority on any of these pages. So all of these pages within the tasks database all have this ability to be labeled by their priority, okay? You can also actually go in here too and change the color of these labels too. So for high priority, it makes sense probably for the color to be green, medium could be yellow, and low could be green. So that is how we would do a priority property. You can add other priority or other properties by clicking the plus here. And as you can see down here, there's many, many different properties that you can add. For the sake of this, I'm just going to do things in the context of maybe a task. So let's say that I want to do a due date. I can add a date property in here, call it due date, and that way whoever is assigned this task, I can say when they need to have it in by. All right, so for another task or another property, let's say we add a checkbox. Okay, so this is if it's complete, then they can go in and check it and mark it as done or not done. Okay. All right, let's also say that you have someone that you want to assign this task to. I can go in and hit person, and I can hit Caleb, I can hit my wife Eva, whatever. I can assign this task to this person. This is helpful because as I was explaining in the profiles tutorial, each profile can be filtered based on who that information is relevant to. And so I can go in and add a filter if I only want to see tasks that are related to myself. So if I hit that filter and I hit person and Caleb, it only shows me the tasks that are relevant to or assigned to myself. Okay? So let's say maybe that you have certain links or a file that is associated with this task. You can also add this property in to that task. I usually just find it more helpful to actually just open the task and page and then dump anything that's relevant to that task in here rather than adding a bunch of extra properties up here to the task. However, if you want to be able to access those things from this view where you see everything together, you can also do that as well. Say that you want to add some specific instructions that are available here. Maybe there's some notes that you have. You can, add some comments here. You can do that. However, there's also the option here on every page in Notion to just add a comment. So, and then you can comment that instead of having to have a notes property up here. Again, this is all customizable. However you would like to do this for your team, you can do that. Okay, so let's see if there's any other properties that are important. The only other thing that I could say maybe that's important here is a relation. So a relation basically is a connection to another database. So say that there's a task that I want to connect to the team calendar. Maybe there's an event that I want to be able to relate to this task. I can click on this now that I've connected it to a database. I can click on this and it'll pull up any event in here. I can search for any event that's in our shared calendar and actually link that here to the task. So that if this task is relevant to this certain thing, so like an event for this planned event thing, maybe we're planning some games for a specific event. I can actually go in here and type in the event that I'm looking for. That way it's right there and accessible within this task. So that is a database. Now I'm going to go back to some of the databases that I've got created in here to actually show you how they work in the template. So for example, we've got the maybe notes and reports page. So for this, I have basically, this is where you can have discussions, things like that for your staff. Say that we are creating a new report, a new cleaning report. This creates a task in here, or this report in the notes database. I'm going to mark this as in progress. And you can see I've got a created by, it was made by me, we've got a status here, if it's complete, if it's in progress. And this is a page within this database. So let's go to tasks just to see how this works there. Yeah, as you can see, I've got assignment, I've got due date, I've got notes. And then another thing here that I've included is you can do different views for these databases. So as you can see here, I've created a view, and you can do that by clicking this plus here. And I have this one that's filtered for tasks that are complete or not complete. And then I've got one that's for completed. So let's go back to the test that I was making for you before. Here we go. Okay, so let's do that here. Let's make another view. Let's do a table view. All right, so we can label these views. So let's say we're going to call this one to see any tasks that are incomplete, and we're going to call this one complete. So what we'll do here is filter it by the checkbox. So we're on the completed view. We want to only see the tasks where it's marked check. And then on the to-do, we want to only see the ones that are marked, or that are not marked actually. So they would be unchecked. And so we would add a filter here, go to the complete property that we've added, and click unchecked. That way you can only see here on to-do what still needs to be done, and then you can go here to complete and see what has been done. So you can also sort these if you want by certain properties. Say that I want to see, I want to sort them by priority. So I want to see the high priority first. I would do ascending and then descending by low. So you can sort them. If I add any other tasks in here that are marked with high, automatically, like I said, it will move it to the top if you have this sorting on. And then you can also filter them, like I said, by people. So let me show you what that looks like in a team member profile. So basically, in all of these little things here, these views, we've got calendar view, we've got a week view, we've got list views. These are all different kinds of ways of seeing information that is in a specific database. And so because I've got team member 1 here, say that this is your intern, okay? And let's say that her name is, we'll just say Susie. Okay, so this is Susie's profile. Basically, when you go to schedule, which is linked to your calendar database, or your tasks, which is linked to your task database, you'll just filter it by the person, and maybe that person, you'll just look for Susie when you click in assignment here, and click Susie. That way, this view will only show the tasks that are related to Susie. She doesn't have to see tasks that are related to other people. Okay, hope this makes sense. And if you have any questions, again, my email is available in the Workspace tutorials, so you can reach out to me whenever you like.